Aloha, this is George Kahumuku for the University of Hawaii, Maui College, Institute of Hawaiian Music.
Aloha, this is Led Ka'apana, and I'm here at the Institute of Hawaiian Music at the Maui College.
Aloha, I'm Dennis Kamakahi. We're here at the Institute of Hawaiian Music at Maui College.
Aloha, I'm Liko Martin, and I'm here as a mentor at the Institute of Hawaiian Music.
Aloha, I'm Keoki Kahumoku, and I'm here with the Institute of Hawaiian Music, and we're doing great things here to perpetuate Hawaiian music and its culture.
Aloha kako, o wau o Keli'i Raichel. I'm Keli'i Raichel, and I'm here at the Institute of Hawaiian Music, and I'm here to mentor the future musicians of tomorrow.
You know, when we grew up, I learned all my music from my family, my mom, my dad, uncles and aunties, and now we want to pass on this music to the next generation. And we need your kukua.
The Institute of Hawaiian Music has a unique mentoring program where we want to pass on the Hawaiian music and the culture on to the next generation.
The important thing about the Institute of Hawaiian Music is that it brings together raw talent from around our island to bring together in a rounded educational forum for these kids to learn every aspect culturally, intellectually, and business-wise.
I get to share my knowledge of songwriting, which has captured the experiences in my life. And I'm happy to be here to share that knowledge.
Aloha, my name is Keli'i. I'm a teacher at the Institute of Hawaiian Music. I'm here working with students who are aspiring performing artists. They want to learn all about Hawaiian music, and I'm part of the mentorship program that will help them be able to reach their destiny.
Aloha, I'm Lois Lenani Whitney, and I'm so grateful for your support of this Institute of Hawaiian Music. We couldn't do it without you, and this is a life-changing opportunity for each one of us. Mahalo nui loa.
Started playing when I was about, maybe about 10, 11, around there. Just kind of, you know, family parties and saw the uncles kind of playing.
Aloha, my name is Trisha Pualeni Cabral, and I'm from California.
Aloha, my name is Makana Kamahele. I am from the Big Island, and I am here at IHM.
I've been playing for about 6 years.
I've been playing ukulele for about 4 years now.
I just love singing so much, and I think it's something that has been developed through the influence of many special, giving people who have helped me discover more and more about music and my voice and how I can share that with other people and really bless them.
This is music from, my ancestors, and well, I mean, from all type of music that I play, it's something about Hawaiian music that makes me feel more connected and feels it comes more from the heart.
I first thought about becoming a professional musician pretty much when I first picked up the instrument. It's always been in the back of my head. I've never questioned it. It's always been what I've wanted to do.
I have thought about being a professional musician, but I just didn't know where to start.
Before I came to the IHM, playing on the Big Island was mostly just gigs with my friend at little restaurants. It would have been kind of difficult, I think, pursuing a professional career on the Big Island just because there's not as much of a fan base to draw from.
I found out about IHM from Uncle George. He came up to my house with Keoki, and he's like, oh, I'm doing this program, this IHM program. It's the Institute of Hawaiian Music, and he's telling me about how they have mentors come in and we can, study one-on-one, and I was looking at the paper. I was looking at my Uncle Sam, and I was like, oh, what, should I take this class? And he's like, no, just take this class. Guarantee by the time you fall, you can be right where you want it.
The more I learned about the program, I thought, this is a really special opportunity. This has never been done, And Uncle George has, in a sense, opened this treasure chest to people who have never had the opportunity to study Hawaiian music like myself. I didn't grow up in a big Hawaiian family. I never had the opportunity to sit around in Kanikapila like so many of my classmates have. They were truly blessed in that area. But it gives people like me who have this love and desire this other opportunity to become immersed in the culture and the language and putting it all together to help perpetuate the Hawaiian music and culture together. It's just amazing. He's breaking all the rules and I love it. Uncle George is good at that.
I thought it could be a great opportunity because I wasn't planning on doing a real intensive college education thing. I was more focused on, pursuing things that would be directly related to music. And here's a college program that has just music classes and is focused on that one thing.
When I came here to audition back in October, because I seen everybody here and everybody had a dream of becoming a musician, and then that was also my dream too. So yeah, so once I came into the audition room, I was so nervous. I didn't know anybody who could just go in there and just audition, not be nervous. But like when I walked in, I looked at the stand, the band stand. I was like, don't be nervous. It says, don't be nervous, just be yourself. I was like, oh, right there. Just let it go, let it go.
What's so amazing about that experience of walking in and seeing all of these legendary Hawaiian music icons sitting there, what's amazing and miraculous to me is that there was no fear. I walked in and went, wow, this is so cool. Look at all of these awesome musicians and awesome people. Wow, we get to share our music with them. This is really neat. And I think if it were anything other than the fact that I felt like I was supposed to be there at that moment in history, I think I would have been terrified completely.
I was, very nervous. I think that's the most nervous I've ever been, because it was the beginning. It could be the beginning of a totally different life. It could have changed anything, and I think it's going to, and has already.
I was very nervous. I was like, wow, this looks like a pretty tough panel of judges. But I just, this was an opportunity, and I just gave it my best, and I didn't know where it was gonna go. But I just thought, hey, just take this opportunity and see where it goes.
Me being an IHM student, what it means to me is that I'm taking in all this knowledge from musicians that that are like masters, legends in the Hawaiian music industry, and being able to sit one-on-one with them, learn the skills, and then perform the skills that you learned in front of an audience. And the more you learn, the more you better yourself.
It is mind-boggling. And each week when we have class, it starts to hit me more and more when we come and we have a mentorship speaker such as Keli'i and all of these wonderful artists that come through. But I think that the reason it can happen here and only here is because they have that similar mindset of wanting to share. Everyone who comes and speaks to our class is so humble and so kind and have so much aloha. And yes, we're extremely blessed, we're grateful. And yet there's a certain understanding that there's going to be a day later on when we will be called to again share what we have learned and to pass that along. And even though we may not be related by blood to the artists that come in, we're still related by music and the desire and the passion for not just music, but for the whole spirit of being Hawaiian. Even though I don't have Hawaiian blood, I've really been thinking hard about what is it to be Hawaiian.
It's really, really incredible because we're seeing a different side of the music. We're seeing kind of where the inspiration flows from. It's from the little things in life, like working on the farm.
On just so many different levels, it affects us as students, just being around them, not just the actual application of the technique and everything.
An opportunity like this is very rare. I never did see Uncle Ledward play before. I've seen him I've seen him around, but I haven't seen him play like that. It's like, oh, he was just ripping it. He just, I was like, wow. I was like, wow, it's like, and it was all from practice, he said. He just practiced.
It's incredibly inspiring to be around these awesome musicians. They are the best of the best. And to see them up close, like today I was sitting in class and I was in the front row. I was 5 feet away from Leopard Kalapana watching him play the 12th Street Rag, you know, in person. It's always something I've seen on YouTube, but there it is. It's real.
To have him in a classroom of like 20 or so students is very, very, it's a very honored privilege to have him here.
I learn from them more personally through their stories, and I know that we learn through stories when they're performing as well, but just more intimate, like stories and their experiences to in depth more how they came to the place that they are, and their inspiration really helps to kind of inspire us, inspire me.
The more we study the language, the more we start to understand the thinking behind the language and the mana'o behind the lyrics and why there's so much reverence for the beauty of nature. And I've kind of always had a real deep connection to the land and the sea and the air and the rain, and I'd rather be outside than anywhere inside. And now it starts to make sense.
It's almost like learning the actual playing is a secondary thing. It's more along the lines of how you live as a musician.
I never did read music. I would always play the ukulele. It was all by ear at one time. And then now this class, you know, music theory, it's you know, it's an introduction into how to read the music, how to compose your own music.
It's a great honor to be learning this culture from, you know, the main people. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind when you look at me is probably, I'm not Hawaiian. But I love the music, and yeah, it's an honor to be around and learning from these awesome musicians.
Knowing that there's donors out there that are investing in myself and my fellow classmates makes me very happy, very excited and enthusiastic, because this is a great opportunity for us to learn so much and to perpetuate this culture that we all love so much and that we've all had the privilege to experience on very deep levels.
I feel kind of happy inside because even though they don't know me, they're supporting the cause for us as the next generations of musicians. You know, they want us to be able to have that opportunity in front of us, and you know, we can learn and become better. And like how I said, give back to the community later on in the future.
When I graduate, I'm hoping they'll give me a certificate of completion that says, congratulations, you are now a Hawaiian music star. But no, I'm just hoping, the main thing I'm looking to get out of this is just knowledge.
It feels like we're getting more. more than what the money is worth.
To invest it in. These people, they don't even know, young people, I'm not so young anymore, middle-aged people. That is an amazing gift to share. And we are really grateful. I'm sorry, I used to catch.
It feels great that we have that support and that there's people out there that believe in us and believe in this program.
As a mentor, I get to work closely with Hawaii's next generation of musicians to help perpetuate the culture, but we need your help.
Please give generously to help the Institute of Hawaiian Music accomplish its mission. Mahalo nui loa.
Please make a donation to the Institute of Hawaiian Music. Mahalo for your generosity.
Mahalo for your generosity and aloha.
Please donate to the Institute of Hawaiian Music, and mahalo for your generosity.
Please give generously to assist these students that tomorrow will be the musicians of Hawaiian Day. We mahalo you and we aloha you all.
Thank you for supporting us here at the Institute of Hawaiian Music.
Thank you for supporting me at the Institute of Hawaiian Music here at UH Maui College.
Thank you so much, Mahalo Nui Loa, for supporting me here at the Institute of Hawaiian Music.
Please support Hawaii's next generation of musicians by making a donation to the Institute of Hawaiian Music. I want to thank you in advance for your generous support. Mahalo nui loa. George Kahumoku.